Hello everybody, welcome to Rukon's mini class. In this class, you will come to know about Robert Browning. Robert Browning was born in 1812 and died in 1889. Well, okay, now let us come to know about which things we are going to learn from this class. You will get to know from this class which period Browning belongs to, what he is famous for, what his famous writings are, and what philosophy his writings have. After completing the class, you will be able to tell these things to anybody you wish. Okay, our first learning target was to know which age Browning belongs to. Browning was a Victorian poet, so he belongs to Victorian period. We have another learning target. It is why Browning is famous. You know, Browning is famous. Browning is well known for his dramatic monologues. Now, you will get to know about some important issues related to Robert Browning. What things did Browning deal with in his poems? What kind of mindset did he have as a poet? Remember one thing, Browning incorporated a dismal picture of the society. He told about bad characters. He depicted evil characters in his poems. But remember one thing, that he had a positive attitudes towards society. He had an optimistic attitudes towards life and humanity. So we see he has dealt with a dismal picture of the society. He has dealt with evil characters. He has uh, depicted many bad issues of the society, but he has never lost a positive attitude towards society. Finally, he was optimistic. Finally, he was hopeful about something good which will come to society, which will correct that character, or we see that the evil character is punished finally. In this way, we see the optimism lies in Browning's writing. We had another learning target. It was to know famous writings of Robert Browning. Here I have listed famous writings of him, and also I have told what you see in those famous writings uh, predominantly. Okay, now let us have a look at his poems. There you will see how he depicted the then society and what attitude he had towards the society, life, and human beings. Okay, here are his important poems. There you see Pippa Passes, My Last Duchess, Revive and Ezra, Fra Lippo, and The Ring and the Book. These are the famous poems, famous writings of Robert Browning. Now let us come to one of his poems. It is Pippa Passes. In Pippa Passes, Pippa, who is an ordinary girl, shows up in an optimistic mood. Her confident mindset impresses the readers of the poem. Pippa goes on to say, God's in his heaven, all's right with the world. Another famous poem of Robert Browning is My Last Duchess. In My Last Duchess, the Duke, who is the speaker, appears repulsive to us, but the deceased Duchess earns our respect for her charming character traits. Another poem written by Browning, which is famous, is Rabbi Ben Ezra. In this poem, in Rabbi Ben Ezra, we see an optimistic character like the rabbi who believes, grow old along with me, the best is yet to be. Another poem here I will discuss for you. It is Fra Lippo. In Fra Lippo, you come to know about Lippi's troubled life, which is expected to evolve into a good one. Okay, you will see. Here you notice that a sad life has the hope of a happy life. When we come to another work, another poem by Robert Browning, it is The Ring and the Book. In The Ring and the Book, we see that a woman named Pompilia, who undergoes a lot of sufferings, was killed by Guido, her husband. Here Pompilia has tried her best to get a stable and a happy life. Though she is finally murdered, Browning maintained a poetic justice, showing the execution of Guido the murderer. Well, so far we have come to know about famous poems of Robert Browning. Now you will come to know about his philosophy that he has used in his poetry, in his writings. And remember that it is one of our learning targets. In his poetry, Browning has dealt with various aspects of life, sometimes happy ones and sometimes sad ones. However, when Browning's writing is judged overall, he is found to be an advocate of optimism. Actually, you will see optimism is predominantly present in Browning's poetry. In this regard, you can say that he has regarded life as a joyful battle. Okay, well, here is a reminder of Browning's philosophy because it is an important issue. This is Browning who has upheld the philosophy of optimism in his poetry. Thank you for staying in the class.